Good morning. All right, let's get this show going here. Got the music. Yeah, I think that's loud enough. And then let's see, I gotta alert the Discord homies. Let's see. All right, ready to rock and roll now. Although I just spilled my monster all over my shirt. All right, where was I? Whew, the screen is bright. I think every website should have dark mode. Every website should have some dark mode on it. Let's see. When a user does this. Hey Stewie, how you doing, man? How you been? Do you have a good day yesterday? We didn't get to really talk much yesterday. I did try to fuck with SQLite and Go yesterday. When you did all that work on your repos for using SQLite, did you use just the plain SQLite driver, or did you use some sort of ORM? Still any good? Finish my workout. Now I'm working on my weather app. Nice, dude. 10 out of 10 day. Plain old driver. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was doing, and I was finding it incredibly painful. So I'm definitely gonna, if I ever actually build something that requires a database in Go, I'm definitely gonna find myself an ORM. People were telling me that there's an ORM for Go called SQL X, I think SQL X, that I should check out. So yeah, I don't know. The Go thing is I don't know how I feel about it. um, I guess what do you think, Stewie? What's your opinion about the whole returning a result and an error? How do you feel about that? Does that bother you? Like I'm all for using the result pattern when it makes sense. I'm just not sure I like that is like every method, right? Every method is like, let me return a result, but also let me return an error. I mean, that's probably because I'm coming from languages that use exceptions primarily for control flow, so it feels funny. Um, but yeah, Stewie, I don't know. It's fine once you get used to it. Yeah, I think that's probably my issue. Is it looks, my code looks more noisy, and I'm just not used to that. But it is. I do think it is it is good to acknowledge the fact that any operation you take could possibly fail, right? It could fail, it could succeed. And so as a developer, you need to, or as a programmer, right, you need to kind of be prepared to handle those cases. I made a macro in Vim that auto types if error not null, panic error. Nice. That's the way to handle it. Which basically, Steve1E, what that is that's basically that's basically the equivalent of like in C# having just like a global exception handler. You know what I mean? Like yeah, some value. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I think it's a good practice to be thinking of errors. I think that just the ergonomics of it feel strange, right? Because in C# or even something like JavaScript or TypeScript, right, you have that ability to essentially say, let me wrap this whole program in basically a try catch. And if anything throws, we'll just catch it at the very top and we'll log it or print it out or something, right? But Go seems to be not predicated on using exceptions for control flow, so you're sort of forced to deal with the error or swallow it, I guess. Deal with it, or you just swallow it and then you don't know what happened, which seems even worse. What do I know, though? I've spent like all of 10 hours writing Go, and here I am over here criticizing it. Did you ever find weren't you looking for your web app or your weather app? Weren't you looking for some sort of what was it? It was like an autocomplete for locations, right? Like a type ahead. Did you ever find anything, or did you just decide to go without it? Stewie, I guess someone probably made some kind of handler. Yeah, I'm guessing if we did enough Google searching, there's probably lots of blog posts out there about error handling and control flow and Go. Nikki, hey Nikki, what's up? Stewie, yeah, I didn't. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, man. I mean, you're like, you don't need. I mean, that's probably overkill for what you're building, right? Anyways, so. Okay, let's see. Note. Hey Nikki, I'm doing well, man. It's going good. I'm feeling much better today. I think I'm 99% of the way over this bug I caught or whatever it was. I'm doing well. How are things in South Africa? Still want to eat. Gotta go eat. Back in a few. Yeah, man. You gotta fuel. You can't lift and code without some fuel, man. Have a good meal. Also, I'm gonna hang out here till about 11:30. I have a meeting at 11:30, so. Otherwise, though, I'm down to chill. I'm down to chill and talk about life and solve the world's problems, all in a single stream. Nikki, and here I am busy AF. Well, I mean, Nikki, that's a blessing and a curse, right? It's good to have stuff to do, but at the same time, depending on the stuff you have to do, it might not all be stuff you enjoy or want to do. But that's good, man. I'm glad. Have you had any more issues with the like with the rolling blackout thing with the power consumption? What was the term you used? Oh man, I forgot. I'm a terrible listener. I'm so sorry. There was a very specific term you used. Nikki, I got like 4 projects and need to handle my bank issues, registration for businesses, and tax. That stuff's the worst, dude. Paperwork, administrative stuff. I still need to file my taxes here in the States. They're due by the 15th of April. But awesome that you got 4 projects. Are those all paid gigs, Nikki? That's fantastic, man. I would love to know what you and Toad Sage do to pull work like that. What's the secret? Just word of mouth, or you guys use Fiverr? Or I really should put some effort into trying to figure out how to get some freelance work. What is that? Just give 110% for less for less than you will get a lot of work. Oh, Nikki, so you're saying like do more and charge less. But I guess I'm curious. Okay, so like let's say you do that, right? How do you go about finding the clients? Like how did you get your first customer, first client for your freelance work? Because I'm sure like after a while, like once you get, I'm sure it's like kind of how it was in personal training, where like once you get your first few clients, right, that's the dominoes start to fall because your name gets out there, people see what you do. Um, but how did you get that first domino to fall? Um, let's see. Excuse me. See, property agents are the weakest and spread your name very fast. Okay, interesting. So like for real estate, huh? So what kind of projects like just building websites for their agencies or for their real estate stuff? For their listings, I guess? Curious. I sent previous messages. Hashtag important. Diwakar? Hi, just landed here. Hello, Diwakar. Sorry if I butchered your name there, man. Yeah, it's the first time I've seen you in the chat, so appreciate you being here. How are you doing? Are you having a good Thursday? Or maybe it's Friday for you. It's Thursday here for me.
Next Thursday, you have 5 events.
Why did I just get an alert for that? Okay, I think this is all correct. Let's see. Glitch Gamers. Hello, what's up, bro? Glitch Gamers, new setup, bro. Nice. Not so much as new setup as I just flipped the camera. So that's probably why it looks different. Nikki, yeah, man, mostly property showcasing. I meant look above comments I sent. Why can't I scroll that? That's weird. Yeah, I wonder why those didn't come through. For some reason, I don't see those previous comments, or the ones all the comments I see, I just see give 10% for less. You'll get a lot of work. Property agents are the weakest. Spread your name very fast. So I guess, I mean, that's what I see. So yeah, I mean, I'll take that advice. Hit up some real estate agents and be like, hey, you want me to build you some stuff to make you sell some houses? Code 8, hi. Although I should say I kind of have a personal disdain for real estate agents, personally. uh, uh, just like, not as individuals, but like as a profession. Um, but hey, I'll gladly take their money. Their money spends all the same, right? D Walkar, are you a software developer? Uh, so I'm a software developer in the sense that I'm more like an indie developer. I don't actually. I work in tech, but my job title is senior quality engineer. So most of the code that I write or software I develop at work is related to automated testing, with a lot of manual testing mixed in there. But in my free time, in my own time, I spend a lot of time building software myself, for my own enjoyment, for my own use cases. So in that sense, I'm a software developer. But am I a professional? No. I don't know. It's kind of it's like what do you, how do you define that, right? I guess I should just start referring to myself. Yes, I'm a software developer. Are you a software engineer? Yeah, I don't know. Would you say there's a difference between engineer, developer, programmer? I feel like they're all words for the same thing. Network Bib, can you help me with a bootable USB stick not always showing up in my BIOS? I don't think I can help you with that. I am not the IT guy. I wish I could help you. Like, I don't mean I'm not the IT guy, like it's not my job, don't ask me that question. I mean, like, I don't know where I'd start with that. So I'm sure that's frustrating though. It's frustrating to have tech problems. Nikki says, "Oh, YouTube not happy with that message." Yeah, for whatever reason, I put some filters, some like filter, what's the word, content filters on my YouTube channel. So I'm guessing something hit in one of those. D Walkar, so you are QA, basically. Yep, at work I'm QA. At work I'm QA. On my own time, I can build whatever I want, however I want. And on my own projects, I actually do write tests. It's wild to me how many professional, like, it's crazy to me how many, like, professional, what do I want to say this? It's wild to me that there are so many companies with code bases that don't involve any sort of automated testing. DeWalkar, I am a developer as well, just hanging out here. That's awesome, man. Well, that's great. You're welcome to hang out here whenever you'd like. We're happy to have you. I also have a Discord if you want to join our Discord. There's several smart human beings in there that teach me a thing or two. So if you want to join, there's a link in my channel description. Or I guess it's not really in my channel description, but in my channel links. Nikki, I sent on Discord. Okay, nice. Oh wow, that's crazy, Nikki. I'm sorry you're dealing with that, man. That's crappy. Steve1E, I'm back. Sup? Did you have a good? What'd you eat, Steve1E? What was for the what was for the meal? Dinner, I guess is your time. What was for dinner? Network Bib. What is the name of your Discord? Network Bib. It's just literally Steven Freeborn Server. It's the name of it. It's not very original, but it's very clear what it is. Walker, I appreciate it. Yeah, no pressure, dude. No pressure at all. You definitely don't have to join. But if there's like 3 or 4 people in there that are just super on point on their coding and programming journey. So if you're interested in hanging out with smart peoples, you should search it. It's crazy. Yeah, but it seems a little intense right now for like a chill morning vibe stream. I feel like that'll just work me up, Nikki. C1E launch. Or no, lunch is what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I can't even pronounce that word, but I'm going to Google it, C1E. Oh, that looks tasty. It's like almost like a hamburger. Sorta, kinda. Interesting. Did you make it, or did your family make it? Yeah, it almost to me it looks like a hamburger, but like uniquely, the bread is unique looking. But looks tasty. It's basically a hamburger. Nice, yeah, it looks super tasty, man. In my former life, when I was a food scientist, we used to do what we called dine-arounds, and we would like go to various cities across the United States, and we would basically just spend like 3 days eating at various restaurants. And this totally seems like the type of dish we would seek out to try, and then decide if we can somehow use that to create a product for our company. So that's very cool. I'm jealous. 400 grams of pure cow protein. Damn. That's a lot of hamburger meat. Network Babe, I sent a request for your Discord server. Okay, I'm on it. I see you. And you are in. There you go. Although if you're Steve1E had a good idea. If you're in the Discord, it's likely we're probably going to get confused who you are if you're talking in Discord and also talking or hanging out in the stream if your names are different. So Steve1E said I should make it a requirement, but Steve1E is kind of a hard ass. I haven't made it a requirement, but just an idea. If you kind of want us to have an idea who you are, if you're chatting in Discord, it might be helpful to align your server name on my server, your username on my server to whatever you use on YouTube. That might be helpful. It doesn't bother me if they're different, but food for thought. Network Bib, please accept me. Thank you. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll definitely accept most people. The only reason I put that invite on is just so that like I could try to avoid like a flood of trolls or spammers coming in, you know, like adding 200 members overnight or something. It's actually pretty crazy how hostile of a place the internet is. I have several apps, web apps that I've built and deployed, publicly accessible, publicly available. And last night I was just kind of scrolling through the logs, and it's pretty wild. Like you can just see people just sniffing your site, trying to find stuff, right? Like /php.admin//.env/.get.env. You can just see these like automated, basically robots, right? Trying to get into your shit. Nikki, should I troll? No, Nikki, don't troll. Ducky Dev, yes. No trolls. Network Bib, I have a streak now for watching your stream. That's awesome, dude. Well, I'm glad. I do appreciate you hanging out and hanging out with us. Definitely don't expect you to. I know everyone's got lives and they've got work they need to get done and whatnot, but I figure that's kind of why these kinds of streams are nice, because if you just want to hang out and chat and do some work while I work, it's kind of a nice way to almost have like a little virtual co-working space. Ducky Dev. I don't know what you're talking about, Ducky Dev, with that comment about the towers. Ducky Dev, yeah, I've had one of those before. Yeah, I see them all the time. Almost every time I look at my logs on any of my apps, you know, I'll see, you know, bunch of random requests that are basically just somebody with an automated crawler is just trying to see if they can figure out if you've misconfigured your server and have basically mistakenly served up sensitive sensitive information, right, through your website. Network Bib, I'm still in high school, so I got time enough. Well, nice, man. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. Don't let your schoolwork slip, though, you know? Nikki, I have a Patreon. I want to buy a home gym. Is Patreon... What's a Patreon? I have a Patreon? But yeah, home gyms are the bomb. I will never not have a home gym. Ducky Dev says, same here. And I don't need no sleep. Sleep is for the weak, for real. Yeah, until you're falling asleep standing up. Honestly, though, like, have you guys ever seen those questions where people are like, if you could never eat or never sleep again, which one would you pick? I would 100% 10 out of 10 pick never need to sleep again. Like, I honestly would prefer... do any of you guys watch Severus on Apple TV? Network Bib, nah. Nikki, GoFundMe page. Oh, okay. So it's like you can get donations toward your cause, and your cause is your home gym. Nice. That's nice, man. I mean, there's lots of generous people out there in the world. So if people have some money to give you to do that, I'm sure that'd be great. I always feel kind of bad doing stuff like that, though. Like, I always feel like I should offer something in return. That would actually be like a fun project or a fun goal. Like, could I build something or sell something with the goal of making enough money to do X or do Z? That might be a fun project. Like, one thing I'd really like to buy is like a new chair. You know, like a nice chair. You know? And I thought, well, man, maybe I could build some sort of project or something useful. And it could be free, but then I could also give people the option to pay for it if they want to pay for it. And then any of the money I make from it, I would use to buy a chair. Nice chairs are expensive. They're like thousands of dollars. Nikwar, I will choose never eat. Really? Dewakar, I would, man, I'd no sleep. Hands down, every time. Nikki, yeah, it says at Stephen Freeborn sent $1,000. Well, that's definitely not me, man. That's definitely not me. Dewakar, yeah, bro, you're kind of meditative. Well, I appreciate that. Does that mean I'm kind of boring at the same time? Network Bib, I choose no sleep ever again. I just turned into a bot. Yes, please. What I was gonna say is there's this show on Apple TV. It's called Severance, and basically the whole premise of the show is people go to work at this company, and basically they have an in-work personality because their memory is basically split. They their outie can't remember anything that happens at work, and their innie can't remember anything that happens outside of work. And honestly, if you could sever me from the activity of sleep, I would probably volunteer for that procedure. Like, just to have the experience of feeling like I never have to sleep. I just let my innie do that. Let's see. Network bib. I don't need light anyway. I just don't touch any light. So yeah, no problem. Nice. Steven, you are so relaxing. You make me fall asleep every time. So cool. So zen. Well, it's good, right? Because like, that's good. It means it's like, this is a nice chill place to hang out and do some work and maybe, write some code when I'm writing code. But, yeah, but it also kind of means that I'm probably not the most entertaining streamer. Nikki, how long before stream end? About 20 minutes or so. I have a meeting at 11:30, so I'll probably hop then. And then I also have a meeting at 2 p.m. So I'll once again be trying to stream a little off schedule today. Yesterday was bad. Yesterday I said I was going to stream at 3 p.m. I didn't stream till like 8:45 or 9 o'clock at night. My afternoon and my evening just kind of got away from me a little bit. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Excuse me. Steven E, what the fuck, Nikki? Yeah, Steven E, Steven E. So just to give you some backstory, Nikki has decided this is his way to fuck with us. Is to just call us bae and babe. My chosen response has just been to ignore it. You're supposed to ignore bad behavior. Don't you guys know that? Oh, a lot of you guys probably aren't parents, so you don't understand yet. But that's how you don't spank your kids anymore, right? You just ignore bad behavior. Let's see, Stewani. I know, Dewakar. Tell me your tech stack, bro. So, Dewakar, if I need to really build something, like if Dewakar, if you said, hey, I need you to build me a website. Well, let's say you said, I need you to build me a website for my business, like a marketing, like a brochure site. I would probably pick Vue and I'd write it in TypeScript. I'd probably publish it as a static site and host it on GitHub Pages or something like that, right? I'd keep it real simple. If you told me, hey, I need to build like a full stack application, like it needs a database, it probably is going to need some queues, it's going to need to be able to send email messages, that type of application, I would probably it would probably have a client-server architecture. The client would all be client-side rendering, probably again in Vue, or maybe something like maybe React, but it would probably all be client-side rendering. Just because the server side stuff in things like Nuxt and Next, I've used them, but to me they just add so much. They add so much mental strain around where's this JavaScript running, server or client, right? And so I'd probably, for simplicity, would just have server client, the client's all client-side rendered, the back end, and that would be written in TypeScript, and then the back end would probably be a .NET Web API or some amalgamation of .NET projects written in C#. For a database, probably start with SQLite. I don't know. The tech largely depends on the project, right? But if you're saying more for like what languages do I like to use, I like to use TypeScript and C#. And I'm dabbling, I know Python, and I'm dabbling learning some other things, but those are the languages I'm most productive in. Nikki, we should grind Verdansk. Well, I'm for sure going to be grinding Verdansk when it comes out. Network bib. I bought a new USB stick on Amazon. If I let it sit for 1 second in my PC, it literally molts the USB port. Oh man. Yeah, you gotta be careful with cheap tech bought on Amazon. Uh, I haven't ever been bit by a USB charger, or a USB, but I've been bit by lots of chargers and charger cords. So now I shell out the money. I buy like the nicest chargers and cords, and I just spend the money up front. Steve Winnie, I'm not ignoring. Ain't no way. This is too sus. Get him, Steve Winnie. Network bib. What the fuck? What do we do now, huh? Oh god. There you go. If you can't beat them, join them. DeWalker, that's great. I was asking which you were confident. Yeah, so if I was like interviewing for jobs, I'd be telling them I can write TypeScript, JavaScript, client or server. I can write C#. I'm comfortable with .NET technologies. Comfortable with Docker. Comfortable with MongoDB. Comfortable with the majority of SQL, flavors of SQL, SQLite, Postgres. And then I'm dabbling. I'm trying to learn Go. I started trying to learn Rust a little bit at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of time I'm only 31, so I've got lots of years left that I'm going to be working. So by the time it's all said and done, I'll probably have a few more under my belt, but that's where I am today. Network bid. My father is the same. If he sees a cheap charger, it is just evil thing. Get out of my house. Yeah, cheap chargers and cheap charger cables will bite you every time. Like every time. So I buy my personal preference is Anker, the Anker brand. I think they make wonderful products, so I buy their chargers and their cables and call it a day. Steve, would you give me a job? Like would I hire you? Because I don't have anything for you to hire you to do. But if I did, yeah, man, I'd be open to giving you a shot at doing stuff. Network bib, all those things like Docker, C# or C+, it just don't want to install or there are errors. Oh, that's frustrating, network bib. Yeah, I mean that is like, I mean, setting up a developer environment, that's a whole thing. Development environment, that's a whole thing, right? So it always is gonna come with its struggles. It seems like a lot of people have done a lot of work to try to make it a little easier, but yeah, that's just the nature of the beast. Struggling through the airs. Let's see. Tiger Morph. Don't you have the desire to create a method or algorithm that can capture and map the brain's entire neuronal activity? The first step toward digitizing human consciousness, Tiger Morph. No, I do not have that desire. That sounds like a very hard problem that would require millions of dollars and tens, if not hundreds of people to accomplish and solve. DeWalker, let's build something, bro. I'm a Flutter developer, want to go parallel with web as well. Yeah, I don't know. What do you have in mind, DeWalker? What kind of thing would you want to build? Just don't get installed. What is Flutter? Dakar can probably explain Flutter better than I can. But it's basically just a way to build mobile applications cross-platform. Like write one language but target multiple destinations. Sean Mugam RV. Hi, bro. What's up, man? I am not a hacker. I'm not a hacker, dude. Nikki, I can do that. Tiger Morph has GPT running. Yeah, that's Yeah, Dewakar, yeah, that did sound a little bit like a GPT generated comment. CryT TV. Hello, CryT TV. It's the first time I've seen you in my chat. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. I don't, Dewalker, I really don't have any ideas at the moment. The next big thing I want to build is basically around this idea of trying to make building integrations much more non-developer friendly. That's the next big idea I have at the moment. Stewie, that's what a hacker would want us to think. What is that called? That's called reverse psychology, right? Like now you know that I'm a hacker, so I wouldn't want you to know that I'm a hacker, so I would tell you I'm not a hacker so that you would think I am a hacker, but then maybe that would make me actually be it's like you get stuck in a circle. But no, I'm not a hacker. I have played there's a website called Hack the Box. Have you guys ever used that before? It's a lot of fun. It's basically like capture the flag challenges. It's a very good time. But no, I don't have enough knowledge, I think. I don't have enough broad or deep enough knowledge to be an effective hacker. Sean Mugam RV, what do you do for a living? So my job, my LinkedIn's in my channel description, but my title is Senior Quality Engineer. So I basically do automated and manual testing. And Steve1E already answered that question. So thanks, Steve1E. I appreciate you, man. Nikki, I did white hat hacking some time back. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've only played those games, those capture the flag games. And it was very fun. Like, it was great to learn, like, how people think about, like, how they start approach to, like, assess a vulnerable target, right? And identify a vulnerable target. But I just don't have enough experience, I think, or like, it seems like to be an effective hacker, you need a broad amount of knowledge about a lot of technical things, and then you need to be able to go relatively deep in each of those. Sean Mugam RV, advice for me to enter your field. You mean you want to get into tech, or you want to get into quality related stuff in tech? Sorry, I don't want to give you advice that's not specific, or that's not helpful. So, but I'm happy to answer you. I'm happy to give you some advice because I didn't start in this field. My degree's in biochemistry. I worked as a food scientist. I've changed jobs 3 or 4 times now. Or not even changed jobs, but changed whole careers 3 or 4 times at this point. Steve1E, man, he catches on to people. Because I was thinking the same thing about what Nikki said. Network bib, that fucking USB stick ruined my docking station. It molted it. Oh man, poor network bib. We're over here chatting and he's on the struggle bus with that damn USB stick. I'm sorry, man. That sucks, dude. That's awful. Absolutely awful. The Walker. Have you heard Gummo? He is a hacker as well. That bros. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I've seen a Oh no, I don't know this guy. Yeah, no, I don't know him. Yeah, but no, I mean, and when I say I'm not a hacker, like I'm not at all interested really at this point in my career in that type of work. But yeah, I think it's cool that other people do it. Nikki, just start with batch files. Batch is what I start with, yeah. Yeah, batch files are fine. They're a little rudimentary, but they get the job done. St1E's on Nikki's ass. Dewakar, Sean Mugan, which region? India. Sean Mugam, income we can expect. That's gonna vary, man. That, like, is that the advice you're wanting to know? Is like how much money you can make if you work in tech? Because that's gonna vary a lot. It's gonna vary by like the place you live, the company you work for, the industry your company's in, the job you do. It's just gonna vary very widely. Not to mention just like how good are your skills and what's your prior work experience, what value you can demonstrate. It's a hard one to answer. I'm not filing reports yet. Yeah, Sean. I don't mean to blow you off on the advice question. It's just hard to answer those questions. St1E, I have never used those switches. Nikki, I'm a hard-coded AI. Well, you know what? In the future, I'm sure we're going to have to look out for that, you know? Like people in the chat that's just like an AI generated. Corey, yo, what you doing? Just hanging out, Corey. I'm working. I'm currently on the bug hunt. I've been hunting the same bug for almost a day and a half now. I'm convinced it's not really a bug so much as it's just, I don't know. It's not behavior that's documented or that has been clearly specified. Dewakar, for a QA engineer, I guess it will start from an intern. I recommend. If I had to guess, if you're, well, and I don't know, you're in India, so I shouldn't really give any estimates because I don't know anything about Indian salaries or Indian the economics in India. But here in the States, you would probably be like in the $60,000 range, maybe, depending on who you were working for and what you were doing and what exactly your experience were. But I think for like a entry level position, you know, but an entry level position, but you can code, and you can do automated testing and manual testing. But there's probably a big range there too. It's just the salaries are weird, man. Salaries are weird. Corey, are you a programmer? Sounds like a nightmare. I am a programmer. I am a coder. I can code. St1E, nice PFP, Corey. If that goddamn hard drive doesn't show up right now, I'm gonna have a crash out. Network Bib, it sounds like you're already crashing out. With AI getting better, it will be so much easier getting live viewers that seem legit. Yeah, that's true, St1E. There's probably some much more realistic bots in our future. You know, zooming around the internet. Corey, I want to try it out and go to college, but not gonna lie, that seemed really mentally intense, and I just can't do that. No worries, Corey, you don't have to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, no one says you have to do anything. I mean, you have to die and you have to pay taxes, but I mean, and you really don't have to pay taxes, but you'll go to jail if you don't. So, but yeah, other than that, you know, it's your life, you know. The only one that's got to live it is you. That's an important thing to remember. It's your life. Only you have to live it. Make decisions accordingly. Like the theory of dead internet is becoming more and more not a theory. Yeah, I mean, I think that's very true. Like, there's definitely, like, you've always been able, right, to write bots, you know, and for the last several years, you know, you've been able to write pretty sophisticated automation, right, that can kind of do, especially when it comes to the web, right, the browser. But yeah, being able to generate real human-like maybe speech or through text or even through audio. It's kind of a whole nother thing, isn't it? Corey, I took an easy road. I work for G4S as a security manager. Piss easy. Well, hey, man. You do your thing, you know? Bruh, you're dead. Dang, bruh. That's intense. That's your opening salvo? Corey, we are all probably dead. Well, that's getting into some meta conversation, right? Because, yes, the end is already known. There is no question. There is no question where we're going. You know, all of us are headed for the same destination. So it's kind of interesting, right? So, if you're already dead, should you live your life in a different way? I don't know. That's very philosophical. DeWalker, Corey sounds like Kafka. Just kidding. Corey is a bot, bruh. No, Corey's not a bot. Bruh, you sound like a bot, bruh. Bruh, you do sound kind of Kafka-esque. Nihilistic. Existentialist. What's the point? We're all dead already. I tell you what, chat. You keep things interesting, that's for sure. Network bib is still crashing out. I'm sorry, Network bib, but you're down bad, man. You might want to just like step away from the computer for a little bit. Whenever I get to that point, like if I get to that point where I'm yelling at my computer and cursing at it, that's when I know it's time to shut the laptop and go touch some grass. Corey, been called worse. Yeah. For sure on the internet, people have been called worse. Oh. Man, it's crazy that March is almost over. This is my 5 monitor this year. Nice, dude. Where is everyone from? I'm in the UK, Scotland. I'm in Kansas in the United States. Let's see, we got Scotland in the chat. We got Netherlands. Kafka and Nietzsche, choose one, Corey, just one. Nikki is hardcore coder. He is indeed. He's working on his own operating system, I think, or something like that. Corey, I work with a couple Serbs. They're some of the best guys I've ever met. Yeah, Steve1E's pretty baller. Nikki Air, missing API key, but damn, the thing is in there. So now Nikki's crashing out over something. Everyone in the chat is crashing out. Like, this is supposed to be a chill morning office hour stream. You guys are trying to break your shit. All right, guys. That meeting's getting ready to start at 11:30. So I'm gonna be wrapping it up here in a couple minutes. What? All right. Who's still here? See y'all later then. Hope you have a nice day. Yeah, see you, Steve1E. Steve1E, thanks for the nice words. Rare to hear someone talking nice about us. That's too bad, Steve1E. That should be more of a thing. Network bib. No. Nikki, same. Love y'all. And what do you mean with morning stream? It's almost time for dinner. Sorry, Network bib. I'm in Kansas, and so I always talk about time relative to myself, so I'm sorry. But I'm in Kansas in the United States, so it's morning here. It's only 11:28 a.m. Dewalkar, see you. Hey, Dewalkar, thanks for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Maybe it's because I so security and nothing feels better than standing in a nightclub with a Serbian beside you. Everyone is safe those nights. Nice. Corey, yep, nice. Okay, all right, guys. Yep, I'm gonna head out. So you guys have a good rest of your Thursday if I don't see you, or have a good rest of your Friday if it's already Friday for you. I should be back on at about 3 o'clock is what I'm aiming for. Again, I'm sorry if sometimes I miss the times. Life, it can be unpredictable at times. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.